The aroma of simmering spices and fresh bread always filled Mrs. Ahmed's small kitchen. Every evening, as the sun dipped below the rooftops, she prepared dinner for her family, her husband, 2 children, and sometimes her elderly mother. But for as long as her children could remember, there was always more food on the table than they could eat. "Why do you make so much, Mama?" her daughter, Amina, once asked, eyeing the extra pots of rice and stew. Mrs. Ahmed just smiled and said, "You never know who might need a warm meal." One chilly evening, as Mrs. Ahmed packed up a container of food, Amina watched her mother slip out the door. Curiosity got the better of her, and she followed quietly. Down the street, Mrs. Ahmed stopped at a small apartment where a single mother lived with their 2 young boys. She knocked gently, handed over the food, and exchanged a few kind words before heading home. Amina's eyes widened. She hadn't realized her mother was sharing their meals with others. The next day, Mrs. Ahmed cooked even more. Enough for another family she'd heard was struggling after the father lost his job. Word spread quietly through the neighborhood. If you were hungry, Mrs. Ahmed's kitchen was always open. Some neighbors were embarrassed to accept help, but Mrs. Ahmed never judged. She simply offered a smile and a warm meal, asking for nothing in return. Her kindness became a lifeline for families facing hard times, especially as winter deepened and jobs grew scarce. But not everyone understood. One evening, Mr. Ahmed came home looking worried. "We're spending more on groceries than we can afford," he said gently. "Are you sure we can keep doing this?" Mrs. Ahmed squeezed his hand. "We have enough, and when we share, it always seems to stretch further." Still, Amina noticed her mother counting coins more carefully at the market and using every scrap of food. She wondered how long they could keep helping others without running out themselves. Then, one night, a knock came at their door. Mrs. Ahmed opened it to find a stranger, a tired-looking man with a small child. "I heard you might have some food to spare," he said quietly. Mrs. Ahmed welcomed them in, serving them a hot meal and listening to their story. But as the days passed, the number of people needing help grew. Mrs. Ahmed's pantry shelves began to empty, and Amina worried what would happen if they had nothing left to give. Would Mrs. Ahmed be able to keep feeding everyone who came to her door? If you want to know what happens next, comment part 2 below.